G'day everyone, welcome back to a new video. My name is Luke Davis. My YouTube channel is DQC DIY and Supply. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, of course give it a thumbs up, and any suggestions on other videos, make sure you leave a comment. All your support's been amazing. My subscribers are rising, which is good. Views are rising, which is all good things. So today I'm going to be testing one of my pet peeves within the industry, that is of rapid set burst concrete mix. A lot of peak contractors out there, especially within my own business, that I'm quoting against are using rapid set concrete. It will reach a certain MPa, which I've looked it up. This stuff apparently reaches somewhere between, the brand's irrelevant, but because I'm just testing it out. But yeah, between that one, I've looked it up, reaches somewhere between 5 and 10 total. Actually, I'll just look at that so I can get my facts correct. Very important. Don't want any people fact checking me in the comments. This is from the data sheet itself. Where are we? 1 day strength, 4 MPa. So obviously it reaches that 4 MPa very, very quickly. 7 day strength, 8 MPa, and 28 day strength, 10 MPa. So if it's mixed correctly in optimal conditions, it will reach 10 MPa. Whereas this stuff takes about 24 hours to go off, but 28 days, it will reach between 20 and 25 MPa. So a lot stronger overall mix. Leave it for 24 hours, and yeah, it's normally definitely strong enough to start putting your fence together. So we just leave it overnight. Rapid set concrete goes off within 15 minutes, but will not reach the same overall strength. So when you're choosing your contractor, what do you want? A quick job, but far from good, or a bit longer, a bit more expensive because it's a 2-day process, but it's going to be a much solid result. Almost double the strength, if my mathematics are correct. So what we're going to do here is we're going to read the instructions. Very important to read the instructions. We're going to say some other people have been saying about the PPE. So I've got my safety glasses, because yes, concrete can burn the eyes, and we're going to mix it up and we're going to see the difference after 24 hours. What the sort of difference is between the two. We're going to assess the concrete. We're going to get a feel of it. We're going to see what the difference is between the two mixes, and you guys are going to watch. Alright, so first let's do the rapid set. I think I'll mix it next, and then I'll pour it in, because I'm not sure on the quantities. I want the quantities to be spot on with the water to concrete mix. So this one's saying 2 litres per bag. 2 litres of water per bag. Is it saying which measure? Okay, so it's saying add the water first. This mix, add the water first. That's how I'll do it as well. Because especially if you're mixing in the barrow, you don't want to try out the water and then mix it in. And it's saying 2 litres of water. 1 litre. And you're going to keep in mind, you've got to be really quick with this rapid set. Because it does go off very quick. I've got 2 posts that I'm going to set into these buckets. I'm going to cut them open when I set the concrete, but you will find out that. You're going to be quick with this rapid set because it does go off very quick, and it does absorb the water very quick. So yeah, shovel's a good knife, by the way. I don't need to be quick yet because it's not going to go off until I add it to the water. But make sure you. Oh, glasses on. Don't want any of that dust going in your eyes. Alright, so it's in. And the other thing about this, it says no mixing required, so you can just sort of keep your close it and let that water go through. But I'll always mix it. I think that's very dry.
Babe?
Yeah?
You haven't added 2 litres of water.
Haven't I?
No.
1.
They're 4 cups.
No. 1 litre.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I have added 2 litres of water and it's going off. That's not too bad of it. Got my timber over here. Bring that nice and level. Towards the bottom. Normally I'd always leave it 50 to 100 ml off. That's not too bad. Alright. Use my hands. So I get it nice and full. One bit in. We've got 20 kilo is exactly 10 litres. And yeah, look at that, it's going to be a nice rounded hose. Keep the experiment good. Keep the experiment consistent, sorry. And that approach, nice and straight. I'd always tamper that into there. Alrighty. Yep, that's level. So that's your speed set. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go wash my bucket up because I don't want any of that speed set interfering with any of my normal concrete. I don't want any people saying that there could be scientific reactions happening here. I want a fair experiment. So I'm going to wash my bucket up, do a bit of a clean up. That was a bit of a pain, but I did add my 2 litres of water. Don't really worry about any haters. 2 litres. Let me just show you the jug. Where are we? So 4 cups of water, 250 millilitres each. 1 litre. 1,000 litres equals 1 litre. And we put 2 of these in. Such a good experiment. And my concrete mix isn't actually looking too bad. When I was pulling it out, I thought that it was quite thin. But what you will notice about this is look how small the rocks are. Like in nice structural concrete. I'm not sure about this stuff, but the stuff we use, I'd always recommend if I was actually going to be doing this properly is getting it stuff delivered from the landscape store with some cement, mix it yourself. But that's very like small, just like quartz rock. 5 to 10 mil of that. I'll be recommending 20 mil stone for a proper good mix. I'll see you back in a second with the concrete mix. Alright guys, safety first, sunny's on before you start the work this time. And I'll also say I did touch the concrete and tamper it. I would not recommend that, and that's why I did just have to very quickly go rinse my hand because you don't want concrete burn. Concrete can burn you, so don't touch the product. So we're back with the concrete mix. The speed set's good. Not going to be knocking that. Not going to be interfering with the speed set. No bias sort of activity will be happening here. So now I'm going to I'll mix it in here because there's more room. No rush with the concrete mix. You've honestly got a lot of time. It's going to take 24 hours to go off. Let's read the instructions again. Yeah. Okay, 1.75 litres of clean water per bag. Add small amounts after if needed. But we'll just go with what it says. Because, good conditions, there's no soil sucking the moisture out. We're in a bucket. We've got a plastic bucket. Reasonably clean plastic bucket. Anyway, not too much else that we need to know there. We just need to add our 1.75 litres of clean water. Might need to take my glasses off just to make sure I can read it. That's exactly 1 litre. Those following at home. I'll fill that up. And then of course, you put it on a little thing. So that 2, 4, 6, 8. So it would be somewhere between that 7 line. Yeah, if we're all in agreement, I believe that is 750. Alright, again, shovel makes a great knife. Bend your knees, lift it up. Put the whole contents of the bag in there. And just fill a bit there. Had a bit of water splash out. I think I just need I believe that accumulates to that. Beautiful. Very experiment. Wasn't the concrete, it was just the water. And again, with these little buckets, good twisting action. Make sure you get that water through. I would call that a very I get a photo bucket. Call that a very dry mix of concrete, something that you're going to probably screed with. So I would definitely recommend. It says add the water in increments of 100 millimeters. So I would definitely recommend doing that at this point. Because I want something, I like dropping in my post after. So I want something that's going to mould. But the other reason why I just wouldn't recommend this brand at all is because there's some bigger stones. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, no, they're better. The stones in this are a lot bigger than the stones in that. Which is going to give you a better structural mix. I still wouldn't rate the concrete. I'd still go buy some, either some plastic bags sort of stuff, or some stuff from the landscape store and mix it up. But this is going to give you the rough idea of principle. Still very dry. Another 100 ml of water by the looks of it. I would almost say 2 litres for both. Yeah, see, I would say that is a much better consistency that you're going to sort of want to be going with. Oh yeah, look at that. See, that's going to mould to your post nicely. And now we do know that we can fit the whole thing in, so I've got the exact quantities. Very carefully grabbing that. When you vibrate concrete, moisture will come to the top. Scrape that off. Nice of that. So obviously if you're doing this on site, you wouldn't be doing this. Would be the hole. This would be the representation of the hole. You wouldn't be using a bucket. Alrighty. And then what you can do just get this right to the bottom. But if you're doing this on the side, you wouldn't want to get that to the bottom, but just so they're even. The same thing. So this one says not to mix. See, look at that. It's already getting a lot of shrink to it. Whatever that is, so I just sort of the moisture is definitely coming to the top now. Alright. So the standard concrete is obviously going to be a bit hard to set, but that's it. With the speed set, it doesn't have too much force on it, so because it's only got 5 MPa of concrete, so I don't want any. I'm just going to let it go. It's a 24 hours, a long utility test, this experiment. As you can see, after about 5-10 minutes, that has got, you know, it is strong to a certain degree. Not strong as if you want to be building your house with it though, but strong to a degree of you put load on it. If this post was big, you know, the more force you're going to get on it. That's the risk. That's level. What we're going to do is we're going to leave these. I'm going to put these to the side of the garage, clean up, and we're going to come back in 24 hours. We're going to cut these buckets open, and we're going to have a look at the concrete. We might also over time test some other concretes and see how they hold up against the test. But yeah, I'll be back in 24 hours and we'll have a look at what we noticed about the concrete. Hello everyone, Luke back from DQC, DIY and Supply. I had a little bit of a busy couple of days, so it has been longer than the 24 hours. It's been about 4 or 5 days I think it's been. So I've checked out my concrete. It's definitely, well, they say 28 days for concrete to be at its strongest sort of look, but when I'm looking at the things, I can obviously notice that this is sort of a lighter colour, and then this is a very sort of how you would expect concrete to look, whereas this is more sort of grey. That's very sort of off. I have just given them a little hit. I mean, if I left them for a little bit longer, maybe the buckets might have came off easy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try, grind the buckets off, have a bit of a look at the concrete, give them a little bit of a hit, see if either of them sort of like chips away, if it cracks, have a look at how the concrete sort of looks on further inspection. So see if I can get these buckets off. If not, I might just sort of hit them and I'm not sure what I'll do if I can't get the buckets off. Maybe turn them into, maybe screw them together and turn them into some prison weights or something, but we'll see how they go. We'll try to grind the bucket off. As our last video, safety glass is very important. So I'm just going to sort of, that sounds very solid. So there's that. Ooh, that sounds very solid. Not too bad. So look at that. That's beautiful. That's polished concrete. I'd be happy with that sort of finish on my floor. So, our first inspection, that is very solid. Speed set might be the same, but we'll have a look. Same sort of thing.
See, this is the look that you get with speed set, and what I often find, that's not too bad, it's very similar to the other one, but yeah, a lot of the time you can get this with the speed set where it doesn't bond as well. So I'd be very, see, even with this, like you might say that's just because like of how, but yeah, they'll both mix the same. But yeah, this just feels like it's bonded a lot better. But if you stand back, I'll give it a little bit of a kick with the hammer, and then see if this sort of crumbles. It's actually a lot stronger than I would expect, that's what it's there. Let's try to go to the weakest part over there. Non-speed set. The proper. There's not too many weak spots on this. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start another video. I'm going to get my little jackhammer, and then I'm going to do the sort of the test, and yeah, see, try from the top, try actually separate it from the thing, and yeah, that will give a real accurate test on the strength. So they've both passed the bash hammer test. People are crumbling from the speed set, but that's just sort of how to adhere around the edges, whereas this is very strong. So now we're going to give it a little jackhammer test, see how it crumbles, and have a look at the concrete. Just a reminder that yeah, these have been sitting for about 5 days, so if you're going to do the same thing after 24 hours or whatever, it might be a lot weaker, but this is giving you a good long-term sort of result anyway. So I'm going to hit this with the jackhammer. Sort of crumbling. Let's go see what happens with this one, but do the same thing. Go from here. Let's try to chip away this. We're going to start there, about there. So this is definitely a bit more crumbly. This is sort of coming away in sort of bigger clumps. But like, look, even as I'm sort of getting this further in, that looks very, very solid. These are just sort of look like the weak, very weak edge bits. So we'll sort of just keep continuing with this one. Very crumbly. It's like sort of from all avenues, it's very crumbly like this one. Like I'm having to really scrape it to get it in a little bit, whereas this is sort of, you know, whereas this concrete, you know, as you can see, bigger stones, because they're definitely a lot stronger, having to put in a lot of effort. Whereas this one within, yeah, this one's almost like double. You can tell that this is like almost like double the strength, in my opinion. But actually, the speed set did hold up a lot, sort of stronger than I thought it would. But yeah. So that's the experiment. So I'd always recommend. And then obviously, yeah, this is also a bag product. If I was to go with a sort of an aggregate mix from the landscaping shop with some premium cement, it would even be a lot stronger than that. Like this is like bag products. The stone isn't that big. It's probably not the best sort of quality cement. I think it was like, yeah, Cement Australia, but yeah, if you use a premium sort of cement with your concrete premiums from the landscaping store, if I had all three of them, then that would be like stronger again. So that's the risk behind the speed set. It goes off quick, but doesn't always reach, you know, that same thing. And that's what you can get with this as well, like crumbly. And then because it doesn't go off quick, what can happen is it can create, like, if it moves, it can create like holes around the post. Because it goes off so quick, it doesn't reach that same structural strength. So that's a little bit of experiment. So there's some things to consider. I would always recommend going the structural concrete, cement. But thanks for watching. Hope it's been somewhat of a lesson for you guys. See you on the next video. Subscribe.